Welcome back to Elizabeth Plants. It's Elizabeth, and today we are unboxing some carnivorous plants. So, there's a little bit of a backstory before we do the unboxing. So we recently moved to Austin. If you're new to the channel, I have a whole series of videos that focus on the move. However, this isn't about the move, but our new place, the patio in particular, we get a lot of bugs, and specifically the ones that I'm doing something about are mosquitoes. I apologize if you can hear the cats playing. They're in the other room, but they're noisy. We've got a lot of mosquitoes, and I don't like it. I'm covered in bug bites, but I want to sit out on my patio without putting like bug spray on, or I don't know, putting something on our patio. So I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to test out some predatory plants. This video is not sponsored at all, but it is going to kind of be a brand review a little bit. I have always wanted a pitcher plant, but not had the humidity to manage a pitcher plant. I've had Venus flytraps in the past, but I didn't know how to take care of them, and therefore they died. So I want to do it right this time, and I ordered a little like combo starter pack from Predatory Plants. It's a small little box, but it comes with 3 different type of carnivorous plants, a pitcher plant, a Venus flytrap, and another one that I had never heard of before. I'm hoping that it's labeled in here because I can't remember what it's called. But considering how small this box is, they are starter plants. They are small. So I want to take you on this journey. Today we're just unboxing, but if you want to kind of follow along the predatory plant journey, I'll be making a follow-up video. It'll take a while to make because plants take time, but I'll be making a video after the unboxing about the care and learning with them, kind of depending on these plants' needs. I believe they come with instructions. If not, the website has instructions. My goal is to, if not right away, grow them up large enough to keep at least 1, probably 2 of them outside, and also keep 1 in here just because, you know, sometimes the bugs get in. Let's unbox them. Now it's night out. I'm unboxing a little bit later than I would prefer as far as lighting for this video, so I hope the ring light in my glasses isn't too annoying. But I went down, like I got notified during daylight that this had arrived, but I went down to grab it and the mail guy was still here. What I'm learning is that they take, granted this is a large apartment complex, but they take a long time to finish going through the mail, because it had been maybe 20-30 minutes after I had received the notification that I went down to go check on the package, like to go pick it up. So I ended up forgetting, like just sitting down and getting busy and forgetting that I had the package, and now it's, I want to say like 7 o'clock, something like that. So it's dark out. So and I didn't want to leave these guys overnight to, I don't know, sit. So this is the packing slip, but at the bottom it does have a little bit of a care guide, including kind of steps to unpacking, repotting. It says to plant it up immediately. Oh, okay. Are they dry? Are they bare root? So this is the box. There is just some loose moss. I don't know if I will need this, so. Comes with these little empty pots. There is 3 of them. Oh, just kidding. 4 of them. Yes, these guys are bare root. They are in little baggies. There is only 3. They're in little baggies, wrapped up in something. Oh my god, these are adorable. These are adorable. I'm kind of scared. I don't want them to try and bite me. Will they? I'm gonna try not to touch the foliage period because I don't know I know that these plants are sensitive, and I don't know if they're sensitive to something like my fingers. So I'm gonna try and avoid touching the foliage. Here is the fly trap. There we go. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna be out of focus here for a sec. So if that hurts your eyes, look away while I am trying to show you like in between close-ups. Well, this one is sticky. Oh, it doesn't have nicknames on the tag, but this one's got like gooey, sticky fingers. Look at that. You can look now if you've been trying to avoid the blurry. This guy's fun. So this is the one that I don't know what it is. I like briefly read up on it, but I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, just because I knew I was getting one. It's kind of adorable, but kind of gross. Okay. This last one is the pitcher plant. It's already got some pitchers, I think. Okay, you can look now. I think this might be a pitcher. I'm not entirely sure, but I think those are just like really long, slender pitchers. Okay, so I guess we're repotting these guys right now. The instructions say, and I'm gonna follow the instructions to a T because I'm not familiar with these types of plants. I'm going to follow it to the T to the best of my ability. Okay, I read through the guide and something I completely forgot. I don't know why I forgot. I forgot to get distilled water when I was at the grocery store for these guys. So because they're so sensitive and I don't know what my new tap water is like, if it's got a lot of minerals in it or what, I'm actually going to put these guys back in the baggies. I'm going to keep them out of direct light, of course, for the night. And tomorrow I will be potting them up after I run to the store. This video will be continued. All right, it is next day. I went and I got distilled water. I've had my moss soaking in the water for maybe like 10 minutes now, but it's all soaked. And it's still dark in here because it's downpouring outside. So if I look a little drowned, that's because I went out in the rain. I've prepped the plants. The cats are in full sprint mode, so we're gonna keep our eye on that. But we've got our moss, we've got our plants, and then my potting surface is my living room poof, but I'll probably hold things up a little bit higher so that you can see them. But I reviewed the instructions, and essentially it's exactly how I would pot up any plant in moss. You just, wrap the roots in the moss and then you fill the pot. And so we are going to do that today. Last night, these beauties stayed in my glass closed shelving where they were undisturbed by my cats. So essentially we've just got to do what we would normally do to unbox a bare root plant, is we are taking off the blue stuff. Oh, you can see a little root popping out. It's adorable. And it's got this little stick behind it. This is the pot, so we want to make sure that we give him enough moss to fill the pot. It does not say to loosen what he's in. You can hear the cats just like going ballistic up and down their cat tree. They're darting back and forth as well. So if they take out the ring light and camera, we're just gonna hope they don't. But anyways, it doesn't say to mess with this, so I'm not going to. We are just going to wrap. This is long-haired sphagnum moss. Uh-oh. Russia. Ready? Russia. They're bringing me things to play fetch with, so I'm gonna have to play fetch with them. I'm going to tuck just a little bit at the bottom of the pot so I don't have to worry about the bottom of this ball as much, and focus on the sides. If this is not enough moss, I do have more moss, but it is not the same exact type. So I'm just hoping that they gave me enough of the correct moss. So now I'm just placing them in here, and this is not enough, which I know. The corners, my hand is round and this is square, so I'm gonna tuck some into the corners and then kind of fill in the top. I wish that the camera was almost facing that way for this video, because the cats are jumping around behind and under the camera. I don't want to overpack him, but they said to make sure it's nice and firm in there. So I'm gonna make sure it's nice and firm in there, but not like excruciatingly tight. There we go. If I have some left over, I might add more, but this is the pitcher plant. Like I said, I think these tall guys are baby pitchers, and there's a couple that are shriveling up and dying. The instructions said not to worry, and also what I've looked into for care is, you know, the old ones die. But it was shipped, and it's this big. But that's this guy. So we're gonna move on to the next one, and I'm going to put these gently out of their jump radius. Okay, next we're gonna do the sticky guy, because my cats keep sniffing the plants, which is fine if they're just sniffing, but he's sticky, so I don't really know what if that impacts the cats, if that impacts the plant. Oh, and I forgot to stick the thing back in there, so I want to remember to do that, so that I know exactly what plants I have. But now we're doing the sticky fella. We're gonna do it the exact same way. His moss is less secured around him. His roots are black. I don't know if that's normal. They don't feel rotted. Like when I tug on them, they're pretty solid. So I think his roots are just black. See, I don't know if the camera, well, yeah, it's picking that up. Those are all roots. You can see them kind of growing up, the moss. I accidentally broke the moss apart. I don't want to do that. And put moss at the bottom. Again, I find it easier to fill the corners just once I'm in the pot versus trying to do it in my hand. So we are going to do that. I'm not gonna lie, carnivorous plants freak me out a little bit. Love them, don't love them, you know? Like, think they're this super cool, afraid they're going to eat me. Which I'm sure is not probable, but there, I don't want to stuff it too tight because I don't know if I have enough moss for the next guy if I do. But here is this next one. Stay till the end where I will try to pronounce the names of these guys. There's him. And next is our Venus flytrap. This one freaks me out the most. I don't like the sticky of the other one, but this one freaks me out the most because it could bite me. I don't like to be bit. Though I have watched videos, like, literally, they don't bite, but I'm afraid of it. Okay, I think this one might be in soil. They didn't tell me to wrap him in soil, so I'm gonna assume I'm not to wrap him in soil, but looks like he is wrapped in soil, not sphagnum. Well, he about to be in sphagnum. Now the bottom of the bowl is a little bit waterlogged, so I'm going to try not to waterlog the plant too. Raja's sitting here watching. Okay, this is all I have left for the moss, so I hope that's good enough for him. Now, Venus flytraps are what I have had in the past, unsuccessfully, so hoping this guy is a little bit more successful. I'm just pulling a little bit of moss out of the other plants because I packed them a little bit tighter and this guy is flopping. Okay, here we are. So now let's go through and see if I can pronounce. We've got a Dione dente. That is the fly trap. The pitcher plant is a Sarracena Judith Hindle. Here's this guy. And the sticky guy is a Drosera Capensis Red. And so I did not actually pick out these specific ones. I just picked out the little bundle of starters that came with one of each. A fly trap, a pitcher plant, and a sticky thing. And so they just picked variations that they had for me. And that was in the description. That's what I was expecting. It's kind of fun, and I don't know if it means anything, but I'm just now noticing it. A lot more of these fly traps are closed than were last night. When I unboxed him, and I actually left these guys out of the baggies in my glass shelving, and I'm wondering if he caught some bugs in the night. How cool would that be if he caught some bugs in the night? That'd be exciting. So I just reviewed the care just to make sure I find them a good place. They need direct sunlight, so I'm not actually going to permanently house them today because it's rainy and I'm not super familiar with the house yet. But I'm gonna wait until like a normal non-rainy day, see where the sun hits the longest, and that is where these guys are going to live until they are big and strong enough to go outside. They would just be sitting on the ground if I put them outside right now, which I'm sure they'd be fed wonderfully down there. However, they would fall over and get stepped on and get knocked over, and the wind would blow them around. So I don't love that for them. I'd like to make room on a shelf, get them heavier pots to place them in, not pot them in, and water them only with my distilled water. I've never been this careful with plants before. I usually am just like, they'll adjust to the tap water, and then usually they do. But these guys, I know, have no chill and will die if you use the wrong substrate, if you use the wrong water, etc. If you look at them funny, they just shrivel up. They turn black and they go dead. We're going to be very careful with these guys, and I'm going to just kind of video the process of them, and eventually I'll throw that out in a video, kind of my adjusting to carnivorous plants, or whatever I'll end up calling it based on how this goes. So yeah, stay tuned for that. If you like plant unboxings or anything about this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to follow along with the journey of these plants, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when I post videos. I try and post twice a week, but at least I get one out once a week, generally speaking. Yeah, I'll see you next time.